So welcome guys to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how to organize maps, body paragraphs for maps. So finally in this video I'm going to answer the question of whether you should compare, changes, things on the maps in one body paragraph, or whether you should describe them separately in two body paragraphs or separate body paragraphs, let's just say. So let's get to it then. I'm going to show you both approaches. And I will try to explain how you should, what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and what things you should pay attention to and stuff. So let's get started then. So the answer to the previous question is that if you prefer, you can, compare the changes. And if you don't prefer, you can describe them separately. But here's the thing. Like I said in the previous videos, whenever you choose particular information to describe in a particular paragraph, that information, that organization shouldn't be random. Yeah, you shouldn't just pick things randomly and describe them in body paragraphs. Yeah, there must be a principle, there must be a logic behind why you decided to put one particular information, one particular piece of information in the first body paragraph, and why you decide to put the second piece of information in the second body paragraph. Yeah? There must be a clear logic. So in maps, doing this, following this logic is a bit more difficult. Like, for example, let's look at this map. If you see, now there are lots of things. Yeah, there's a road, now there's a railway, and there are, fields, these things, and these, and these, and these. So how would you, divide it? Because you're not going to choose, let's just say, trees and the lake and the road, and then you're going to describe houses, fields, and this bridge and stuff. Yeah. There must be a clear logic behind your decision. Now I'm going to show you one essay written by probably an examiner, because it says that it's a Band 9 report. And I believe it's a Band 9 report. So let's look at the body paragraphs here. So this essay, this report uses the first approach. They decided to compare the changes. Yeah, they didn't describe the first map in the first body paragraph and second map in the second body paragraph. They decided to mix the changes and stuff. Yeah, but look at the logic. Yeah, firstly, pay attention to the topic sentences. I repeatedly said this thing. Yeah, you need to divide information according to a clear particular logic. Yeah, and you need to present that logic as a topic sentence to show the examiner, like, this is what I'm going to do in this body paragraph. Pay attention to it. Yeah. So let's look at the topic sentences. Yeah. Firstly, it's clear that transport systems have changed dramatically. So now I know that this whole body paragraph is going to about transportation, transport systems. Yeah, that's one principle. And in the second body paragraph, look what they do. Another noticeable change is the loss of green spaces in modern day Westleigh. So now I know that this body paragraph is going to focus on the loss of green spaces. And in the final paragraph, older buildings have been transformed into more modern facilities. Now it's going to talk about the transformations, conversions. Yes. So you see the logic. Yeah. In the first body paragraph, the writer decided to talk about transport systems. And in the second body paragraph, the writer decided to talk about the loss of green spaces. And in the third body paragraph, the writer decided to talk about the transformations. That's a pretty good logic, in my opinion. Yeah. That's how you can get a very good score in coherence and cohesion, because one of the criteria says for coherence and cohesion that you need to be able to use paragraphs effectively. And if you don't, of course, you're not going to get a very good score. And the way, how you use paragraphs effectively is that you need to choose a very good principle as to how you divide information into different body paragraphs. And if you cannot do that, of course, your coherence and cohesion score is going to be lower. So Here the principle is the writer, I repeat, yeah, the writer talked about transport in the first body paragraph, and in the second body paragraph, the writer decided to talk about the loss of green spaces, and in the third body paragraph, the writer decided to talk about transformations. That's a good logic, in my opinion, like I said. So if you can divide information, divide the, maps changes according to a similar logic. I'm not saying you should use the same logic, but if you can do it in a similar way, of course you're going to get a very good score. Of course, I don't see any problem with that. But the issue is that it's difficult to do so. Yeah. While imagine you're in the exam, and while you are, trying to come up with a principle according to what you're going to divide the information, the time is going to go very, very, very fast. Now, so I really do not recommend, I don't teach this, to be honest, because I know that it's going to be very difficult. And I don't do it myself personally because I know that it's going to be difficult. So if you think that, you can do this with some practice and stuff, I mean, you're welcome to do it. But if you think that it's difficult, like I do, then you don't have. So in that case, what you're going to do is that you're going to decide, I mean, you're going to talk about the first map in the first body paragraph, and you're going to talk about the second map in the second body paragraph. And that's going to be a principle. And I can say that if you do the second approach, the first approach is, mixing the changes, yeah? And the second approach would be to describe, the separate maps in separate body paragraphs. And it's also going to be a very good approach because if you guys remember, I made a post about this. I got my score breakdown, and my score was this for a map. In the last exam when I scored 8.5 with 9 overall, it was a map. And my score for a map was this. 7 for task achievement, 9 for coherence and cohesion, and double A for lexical resource and grammatical range and accuracy. So I want you to pay attention to this, because I got 9 in coherence and cohesion, which basically means what I did in terms of dividing paragraphs was okay, was good enough. So what I did was I described the first map in the first body paragraph, and I described the second map in the second body paragraph. That's what I did. So now let's describe this map together. So the maps give information about a university sports court. So let's see what's going on in the university sports court. So there was a park and then car park. So reception, changing rooms, cafe, outdoor pool, and a pair of tennis courts. Then what happened? So cafe and reception, didn't change, but changing rooms were expanded eastward. Yeah, eastward. Then fitness center, a brand new fitness center has been introduced, and the tennis courts were relocated and doubled in number, and park disappeared, and basketball court was established instead of that. Now the outdoor pool was is an indoor pool. So let's describe. So I start with the introduction. So I say this, the easiest way of writing an introduction is this. The two maps, show the transformation, of a university sports court. Overall, let's see what happened. Of course, new sporting facilities have been introduced, like fitness center, tennis courts, basketball court. So I can say this, overall, the sports center now hosts, can I say that? Hosts more sporting facilities for students. I'm including students because it's about a university. Yeah. Uh, new now hosts more sporting facilities for students than in 1990. Than in 1990. Um, mm. So the sports center now hosts more sporting facilities for students than in 1990. Um, these changes, yeah, however, uh, came at the cost of um, the leafy environment uh, that was present previously. Um, mm. so, okay. I now want to add kind of a umbrella sentence. Yeah. The sports center has experienced major changes in its layout, and now, or let's just say now hosts more sporting facilities for students than in 1990. So I think this is kind of redundant. Yeah. These changes, however, came at the cost of leafy environment that was present previously. Leafy environment and let's just say car park, yeah, that were present previously. I believe that's more than enough. Because we described the main changes in the overview. So let me erase this. So now we're going to describe the um we're going to describe just a second. So the main body parts, yeah. So now uh let's think where I should start. So so um so yeah. Before we get to that part, we need to kind of come up with a topic sentence to describe the first map. And so let's include this. The university sports court used to offer only few facilities for its users. Yeah, that's a good topic sentence. Yeah. So I usually use recycle the same topic sentences for maps. I use this one. Yeah, I also say this one. X used to be rather empty. Yeah, I mean to describe the first map. Yeah, the let's include the year as well. Yeah. So now let's start. Mm. So let's start with this one. Let's start with the reception. Yeah? There was a reception approximately in the middle of the center, middle of the sports center, let's just say, yeah? Sports center with a cafe to the north and changing room located on the other side of the reception. Do you remember the sentence structure? I mean, if you don't, check out the previous videos in which I explained the sentence structures, yeah? So there was a reception approximately in the middle of the sports center with a cafe to the north and a changing room located on the other side of the reception. Okay. Um, now outdoor pool. I will describe the outdoor pool and tennis courts. Yeah. Uh, An outdoor pool, a spacious, let's just say, yeah, a spacious. Spacious basically means big. So outdoor pool was situated to the left, right of the reception in a cafe. Reception and the cafe. I guess we don't need this the here. The reception and cafe. While the tennis courts were in, let's just say, a pair of tennis courts was, do I say was? A pair, I guess was in the bottom right corner of the map. Now I have described this part, and then I only have to describe the park and the car park. And so the park occupied the top left corner, in front of which was a car park. That's it. And I believe you do remember this sentence structure as well. If you don't, again, just refer to the previous videos and you're going to see it. The university sport, let's read it one more time. The university sports court used to offer only few facilities for its users in 1990. There was a reception approximately in the middle of the center with a cafe to the north and a changing room located on the other side of the reception. A spacious outdoor pool was situated to the right of the reception cafe, while a pair of tennis courts was in the bottom right corner of the map. Okay, the car park occupied the top left corner, in front of which was a car park. So that's it. Since then, again, I start with a topic sentence to describe the second map. Since then, the sports center has changed considerably. Yeah. So to describe the second map, I use this topic sentence, or I can use these. Yeah, I kind of use similar sentences. Yeah, I can say the or something witnessed major transformations. Uh, what else can I say? X saw a considerable change, considerable, or saw considerable changes. Something similar. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to get too creative. Just use something similar in meaning. Yeah. So, uh, let's start with, again, reception and cafe. Yeah. While the reception and cafe remained intact, yeah, they didn't change. The changing room was or has been extended eastwards. Eastwards basically means towards the east. Yeah. Um, and um, the outdoor pool was replaced by an indoor one. That's it. We have described the cafe, reception, indoor pool, and changing room. Now all I have to do is to describe the tennis courts and the fitness center and the disappearance of park and car park. That's it. So I'm thinking which sentence structure I'm supposed to use here. So there is now a fitness or new fitness center where tennis, where the tennis courts stood. Mm. And these tennis courts, uh, these tennis courts doubled in number and were relocated to the to where? Relocated to the or let's say bottom left corner of the map. So now this sentence kind of looks quite long to me. So let's see what I can do. Yeah. There's now a new fitness center where the tennis courts stood. Where the tennis courts stood, and these tennis courts doubled the number and were located to the bottom left corner of the map. So let's get rid of this end. Yeah. And I start with a new sentence. Replacing the, or let's not include that as well. Yeah. Another, or let's just say final alteration is the introduction of a new basketball court. Basketball court. These last developments came at the cost of, or came at the expense of what? The park and car park, or parking space, or car park. That's it. I guess I explained this sentence structure previously as well. It basically means to build something instead of something. Yeah, these last developments came at the expense of the park and car park. That's it. Yeah. So let's read one more time. Since then, the sports center has changed considerably. While the reception and cafe remain intact, the changing room has been extended eastwards, and the outdoor pool was replaced by an indoor one. There is now a new fitness center where the tennis courts stood. These tennis courts, in turn, let's just say, in turn basically means as a result, doubled in number and were relocated to the bottom left corner of the map. Final alteration is the introduction of a new football court, um, and these, last developments came at the expense of the park and the car park. So that's basically it. And how many words? 224 words, which I believe is more than okay. So let's recap what we had today. I didn't write this one, but it's a very good, very well written report. It's written by a native speaker, so there are lots of things you can learn from this. It basically uses the first approach to dividing information into body paragraphs and maps, in which you will describe you will describe the changes in the same body paragraph, not separately. But remember, to be able to do this, you must have a clear principle as to how you divide information. And this approach is my approach. I personally prefer this approach, and it helped me get a very good score in writing. So in this approach, I describe the maps separately into body paragraphs. So you can do whichever approach is comfortable for you. So there's no, better approach. They're equally good. So as long as you can do them perfectly, I see nothing wrong. So thank you guys for your attention, and see you in the next videos.